Hey guys, Nathan here from Running Warehouse Australia, and today we have with us Jack, or as he's better known, Jog on Crago, and we get to look at the new Saucony Endorphin Elite 2, which is possibly one of the most cushioned shoes I have come across yet.
Easily one of the softest on the market right now. Pretty exciting shoe.
So this is for race day, for marathons, half marathons, anything like that. It's a carbon plate racing shoe. Let's jump into it. Jack, what are those specs?
So we've got a 40mm stack height in the heel with an 8mm drop down to 32 in the forefoot. Seeing an update in the foam, moving from a PEBA-based PowerRun HG to a TPEE foam, which they're calling IncrediRun. One of the softest, most compliant foams that we've both ever felt. It's soft, compressive, but it does still have a good level of bounce. Carbon plate sandwich in there as well, running from heel to toe, coming in at 201 grams in a men's size 9.
Going on about that midsole, they have completely updated this whole shoe, but the midsole for me, I think, is really the key. As you said, they've changed it to a TPEE or supercritical TPEE with the IncrediRun, and it's super soft now underfoot, but you get a bouncy, almost a flubber-like experience. I don't know if anyone's seen that movie. You know, it's quite propulsive as well when you're going through your stride to toe off.
It's really smooth and kind of adaptive, but then you do get that kind of punch off the toe, really kicks you off the ground. It might not be the kind of punchiest, like you get some shoes like a Wave Rebellion Pro, which really like throws you off the front. This more feels like a kind of smooth, adaptive ride, which is very fast.
I think compared to the original had that, it would kind of throw you off the toe a bit, whereas this one, as you say, it's a bit more adaptable. It kind of, you go through your stride a little bit more, you sink into the foam and then pop off the toe a little bit. With the upper, they've changed the upper as well. It's now an incredibly lightweight, breathable mesh upper. I found it to be really comfortable on foot. They did change how the tongue fits as well. It's now like a stretchy integrated booty tongue. I didn't really like that. I have a really slim foot. I found I got bunching in the tongue, and so it didn't quite fit on my foot nicely, but I think with someone with a wider foot like yourself, it might fit a bit better.
Yeah, I found the fit to be really good here. I feel like this is one of the best integrated tongues that I've experienced. Has a little bit more resistance to stretch than the Endorphin Pro 4, so I felt like it just had a bit more security through the midfoot. And I absolutely adore this heel counter. The old Elite had that kind of sock and strap construction. They've kind of just left the sock here now, and it's doing a really good job. This is one of the most gentle, comfortable heel counters that I've tried. As someone who suffers from blisters, this is absolute delight.
Yeah, I think if anyone with any Achilles issues or heel issues is going to really enjoy that heel counter. I do think it fits half a size small though on foot. I'm normally a 10. I'm wearing a 10. For a marathon or a half marathon, I probably want to go up to a 10.5 just to give my feet a little bit more room in that upper.
I would say if you float between half size, the half size up could be the way to go. My 10.5 here fits me pretty well, so I have gone the half size up. Maybe a little bit of extra room through the midfoot, but yeah, overall half size up is probably going to be the go for most people.
And then the outsole is definitely an improvement on the original, which I find could be very squirrely if it was sandy or wet or anything like that. This is definitely an improvement, but I still think it has a ways to go yet.
Yeah, I found it to be okay here in the Australian summer on most smooth footpaths, but when I ran past some sprinklers, there was a bit of water on the ground. I definitely did get that kind of slick feeling underfoot. It's not quite to the top level. Maybe a bit of improvements, maybe some actual traction lugs could make a bit more tread here.
All in all, it is a really nice update from the original. I do really like this midsole. I like a softer midsole for an older guy. It helps me get through, especially at the end of a marathon. You know, I think a lot of people will appreciate that comfort at the end of a marathon. The upper does fit really nicely. As I say, my one little concern, I have slim, narrow feet, is the tongue being that one-piece booty. But all in all, it's a really nice update. $420, maybe on the tad expensive side, but it's a good update.
It definitely is moving in a really nice direction. Has a bit of personality as well. Like, I think this is something that's a bit niche in the market in terms of that smooth, compressive, kind of comfortable experience. There really isn't anything that's quite like the Endorphin Elite 2, so it's kind of nice to see Saucony taking some steps to really separate themselves from the crowd. I think this is going to work well for people who have that softer preference, want to feel comfortable, want that kind of smooth, compressive, rolling ride. I think it's going to be awesome. I think they've executed everything that they need to with the upper, the fit. The only thing that I would say probably needs a bit of improvement is the outsole. But other than that, this is a really nice competitive super shoe that has a bit of personality, has something to say.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a great marathon race day option. So that's our thoughts on the new Saucony Endorphin Elite 2. You can find it at Running Warehouse Australia, runningwarehouse.com.au.